So from the Mediterranean coast we were on to before with our last wine. Yes, I've switched the bottles around. It's phase 2 of our tasting. We're going to a completely different part of Spain, nearing the Atlantic coast again, but this time even closer than Rioja. This is an area to the very north of Spain, north of Rioja in fact, that is called Navarra, next to the Basque country, San Sebastian, Bilbao, if you know Spain a little more. This is an up-and-coming wine region in Spain with a quickly rising reputation, more recent reputation, even though the historic tradition of making wine there is very ancient, but the reputation is now really starting to climb. The producer, the RASO de Larrainzar, is a relatively newer project that sprouted in the year 2000s, but the family that owns and operates the winery has ancestral roots in vine growing and winemaking from their great-grandfather, who had vineyards back in the days a long time ago and was growing vines at the time. But they now happened to revive the family old winemaking tradition and fulfill the dream of the family of starting a wine project in this area. They used old vineyards and they are very successful at it now. We're again on a Tempranillo base wine, completed by a bit of Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot for roundness from those grapes in this Navarra region that grows Cabernet and Merlot really well as well, aged for a little over 12 months in oak barrels also. So yeah, let's see what it tastes like. And sure enough, this is another vibrantly red wine, a little bit like the first one we had, really red in terms of hue, probably darker than all the 3 wines that we've had before. Let's smell. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of toasted bread aromas to the nose, really like a buttery slice of brioche that you would have put in the toaster. This really gorgeous toasted butter brioche that comes out of the glass, that really the main attribute at this point. And I'm also getting some smoke. It's a little smoky because of that. The fruit and the spices are a little shy at this point, but I suspect it'll open up in the glass, so maybe decant or open 45 minutes before. So you'll get more of that fruity goodness, some fresh mixed berries there, quite a nice green pepper smell to it as well. Yeah, quite a lot going on, but let's taste. Yum, yum, yum. Really, really nice, very balanced wine that we have here. We have in this wine a lot of the attributes and features, some of the attributes that we've already talked about with the previous wines here. It does have a little grip, but yet overall it's soft enough. There is some tannic material, you could say, a little bit like the Petit Verdot. It also's got the restraint and the finesse, somewhat like the Rioja, but then from the mid-palate on, it starts really to explode and burst and reveal itself with a huge burst of mixed berries and mixed sweet spices as well, a little bit like the first wine that we had. It's got this buttery smokiness that sort of smoothen out the edges, but the green pepper, the black pepper, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, the vanilla, the fennel are really, really potent. A kick of spices to the finish. It finishes on a hint of dark chocolate and coffee flavors, on a really oily overall granulous texture. I mean, there's a lot going on here, many layers that I could go on describing for a long time. Every moment of the tasting is very different from the previous one. Grippy as you put it on your mouth, then smooth and controlled, then super explosive, then very long and powerful to the finish. Anyhow, an extremely interesting, multifaceted wine, super fine and enjoyable. This is composed and balanced, so it will age for a very long time. I would say personally 20 years, it could go as far as this. It's up to you. It's still very good to drink. Now you have to pair it with powerful dishes, this one. And it is a great thing if you want a powerful herbal wine for barbecues and roasted meats, for example, the kebabs and so on, but still you want a fine wine that can withstand the pairing, because not all fine wines go really well with powerful dishes. Well, this one would be your vino.